Welcome back to Walls of Horror. I am horror author Charlie Walls. This is my channel. Today I am doing a book tag. That book tag is called the Life Outside of Books tag. I think I have it pulled up here. Beyond the Bookshelf tag. It was created and I was tagged by Mike over at Bibliophile Bookscapes. He is the king of tags. I do have the prompts pulled up here. I know Mike tagged a bunch of people and I'm not sure who has done it and tagged other people. So if you're watching this and you haven't been tagged and it sounds interesting, or if you have been tagged and you haven't done it yet, get on it. Go do it. I will put the prompts down below as well as a link to Mike's video. Check out his channel. I thought about doing, and I may still do, just like a solo shout out video. Mike does all these tags and tags everyone, but he also does... he probably posts like more people's videos than everyone else on YouTube combined. He does whole videos, sometimes just 2 or 3 minutes, sometimes even longer, where he just talks about another channel. And so he probably does like more sharing and more of the community aspect of it, at least within the Booktube channels I watch and comment on and subscribe and who comment in mine. So I definitely think that Mike needs a real big shout out because he does it for everyone else. So that's enough sissy stuff. We're gonna get started. A peek into our life outside of books. So we're getting personal here, and we will see. I'm gonna make everything up. I am a hollow shell. Number 1, what is something you enjoy outside of books that people might not know about? Now, of course, the people being internet people, my family all know about it. I do have a wood shop. Some of my earlier videos, once I started appearing on camera, before I did the stuff inside, back when it was cooler. Right now it's too hot to be out there, really. But I do have a wood shop behind my house. And like I said, it's not my business. Every once in a while I sell something out of it. But I like to make furniture, usually for here in the house or for other family members. I also carve. I do hand carving. Not that great at it. Saying hand carving is kind of uppity. It's actually whittling, but maybe I sound redneck enough. I do have something here now. A quick disclaimer: all the stuff that comes out good, I give away. So you're going to see something rough. This was an early bird that I did, and I said this was just a block of wood, probably about this long, maybe this, well, you can't even see that, this thick maybe, and yeah. And so I did this. I had a pattern out of a book that I made a copy of, and I drew it onto it, and then I just used a knife and carved this bird out of it. And I said this is a very rough early one. All my good stuff gets given away. All my nieces and nephews have a bunch of little carved crap. So yeah, I really like woodworking. I would like to do more. I'd like to do a lot of hand tool stuff. I do some, but in the amount of free time we have, I'm a guy of hobbies. I have a lot of hobbies. I'll try to go through a different one with some of these other questions, but it does take a lot of time and to really get good. I do have a couple hand planes that I use every once in a while, but usually I just run something through a saw rather than hand saw it, stuff like that. So yeah, something I enjoy outside of books people might not know about: woodworking. What is one small thing that brings you happiness in everyday life? Nothing. Nope. Okay, so aside from family, right? My family does. So this is actually kind of became a decompression thing that I do to relax in the evenings, and it is something that I watch on YouTube. It's a particular channel. It is a video game streamer, and so you may not know this. There's a board game called Risk, right? And it's like a map of the world and different players. You have a certain amount of soldiers, and you play against each other and try to take over the world. I played the board game years ago, probably 10 years ago. Maybe before that, although a different company then, but a video game was made for like the Xbox and stuff of Risk. And so I took up playing it again. I played it a lot, didn't play it for a few years, and now a new company has it. And there's a video game of Risk. You can play it on your phone, PC. I don't know about consoles, but I don't know. I was up late, couldn't sleep one night. This is over a year ago now, and I was just scrolling through on the TV on the Xbox app, the YouTube app on the Xbox, and there was like a 2-hour Risk championship game with a streamer playing the game, talking about it, and I was just fascinated by it. And so now a lot of times I do it in the evenings when I'm tired after work, and sometimes, you know, because my family does think it's boring, I wait until they go to bed, and then kind of the last thing I do is like the last hour, you know, I'll sit up an hour or so after they go to bed. I'll watch a video or two, depending on how long it is. The channel is the Kill Pete strategy. I'll link it down below. And so that sitting down at the end of the day, watching something that is both very monotonous and very exciting. You know, if you've watched it or played it, you'll understand. And also something that takes both a lot of skill to be good at, but also you can be pretty good by being an idiot and getting lucky and just, like, you know, slamming your troops into somebody else. A lot of times that works out when it shouldn't. So there's both skill and unskill, boredom and excitement. And so that really helps. That's something that I've come to look forward to in the evenings. I said the Kill Pete, he actually has 2 channels, and he puts out a match a day on each channel. So every day there's at least 2, usually, Risk videos I can watch. And there are other streamers as well, and other people that put up content about it, but the Kill Pete strategy was the one that I've discovered and the one I watched the most, and the one I said I look forward to at the end of the day. As sort of kind of a relaxation, decompression, you know, kind of thing. So there's that. What is something you could talk about for hours besides books? Now, I don't know. Some of you will know this. If you are in Austin's over at Eternal Readings Discord, I've posted some pictures. As I mentioned before, I have several hobbies, but probably my main one outside of books, and for a lot of my life, even more than books or writing, would be reptiles. I have, and I'll put up some photos. You know, when I was a kid, I loved dinosaurs. Found out dinosaurs were dead, and so still thought dinosaurs were cool. But I definitely moved toward, at least what at the time you heard dinosaurs were reptiles. Now they're birds. But so yeah, my fascination moved toward reptiles. I live in a very rural area, very humid, very hot area. We get a lot of rain, usually, not right now, but usually, and so there are a lot of reptiles around here. You know, we do have the American alligators, native. They're pretty rare as far north as I am, but if you were here right now and it is nighttime, I could take you to several bodies of water where when you shine a light across it, their eyes reflect back. Yeah, all sorts of turtles, tortoises, not that many tortoises, a lot of turtles, you know, frogs, all types of lizards, but my favorites, for whatever reason, were always snakes. I think part of it also as a kid, you know, my dad loved Indiana Jones movies. I grew up watching those, and which he's terrified of them, but they appear in a lot of them. And then also the movie Anaconda in like the mid-90s, obviously an edited version, came on the TV and stuff like that. And so I've always thought that snakes were really cool. And for a lot of my adult life, well over 10 years of keeping, usually snakes, but I've kept a few other species as well. And then also for several years I've worked in a zoo, and I was the main keeper of the reptiles. So I have a lot of experience with caring for from small snakes to huge snakes, harmless snakes to deadly snakes. Keeping them healthy, sometimes breeding and raising the young, and sometimes medicating them. Right when I first got into it, especially as an individual private reptile keeper, in my rural area, there were basically no vets that could really that really did anything with the reptiles. I know a couple one's about an hour away and another maybe 2 hours away now that they do. One has a fair bit of experience with more exotic stuff, including reptiles. The other one that's 2 hours away actually has a herpetologist on staff. But back in what was it, 2008, none of them were around there. And honestly, I probably wouldn't have even known how to get a hold of them. But I did actually look. This was pretty new in YouTube was new, and I actually found several keepers, herpetologists, breeders, and that they would put up videos about different things, and a lot of it would be like how to deal with this type of issue with your snake, how to deal with that, what happens if this happens, and here are medical fixes. So I actually learned how a lot of treatments for a lot of issues without having to go to the vet. So yeah, I've been rambling on enough now. I can ramble on about snakes all day long, a little bit longer about reptiles in general. What is a skill or hobby you would love to learn someday? This is number 4. Something that I think would be cool is playing the guitar. I love rock music. When I was younger, I was actually in the band at school. I played the saxophone, which is one of the coolest instruments. And I even got it one year for Christmas. I did have a guitar. We never had money for lessons. I did have a few, like 2 or 3 VHS tapes that you're supposed to play along, and then I fiddled around, and every once in a while I would pick up. I'm blanking on the name. Guitar Something magazine, and they would have the tabs for various songs. But I just kind of fiddled with it. I never got good at it, and I haven't touched any sort of instrument in probably over 15 years now. And so especially with my son is in the band, and so seeing him learn music and stuff, and then also YouTube friends, Austin is a good guitar player. Chris is putting out. He has a collaborator, but I'm blanking on who he does his music with. But they're putting out albums. Sephiros does his music, and so learning to play the guitar would be really cool. The probably the truth is, and why I haven't done it, and probably why I won't do it, end up doing it, is that would be like the 4th on my hobbies list. And I've got a full-time job, I've got a family, so I can really only handle a couple hobbies at a time, and I'm pushing it now. Right now, writing, reading, YouTube, and then woodworking. Right now with the heat, my workshop is not insulated, so it's hot as hell in there, so I'm not doing that much woodworking right now. Right now, all of my free time that's not doing some sort of family thing is spent usually writing, but then also YouTube and reading as well. So it would be very cool to learn to play music again. I just it's not really on the horizon right now. What is one thing you think everyone should experience at least once? Crystal meth. No, I'm joking. Don't. Okay. All right. We'll probably cut that out unless I forget. Probably. I don't know. I can think of a lot of stuff. A lot of them would be stuff that you don't think is fun. you know, like working with animals. You know, I grew up in a rural area, so you know, fences and livestock and stuff like that, like being responsible for like large animals and having to deal with them when, you know, it's not like a small animal that you can just like pick up like a cat or something. I don't know. I also, yeah, I'm not going to go into too many details. In a previous life, I was in the military, and it was fun as hell. You do a lot of cool stuff. A lot of it was hard as well, but a lot of times the hardest stuff, when you look back, is like the most fun bit. I don't have a very good answer for this. We'll just go with the crystal meth joke, okay? What is a movie or show you can rewatch anytime? Now, my favorite movie is John Carpenter's The Thing. That is, in fact, the only correct answer to that. That is the best movie ever made. Obviously, I could watch it anytime. I think, especially The Thing is a very suspenseful movie. And I do think that the more you watch it, it kind of erodes the rough edges of that tension, and it kind of just becomes, you know, zoning out, going through the motions. You know, my definition, or when people talk about guilty pleasure, you know, I don't feel guilty about it. But I mean, obviously, it's not a great movie, but it's a movie that I really like and have a lot of fun with. As far as like horror movies go, would be like Chopping Mall. Like, obviously, this is not like the Godfather of horror or anything, but it is a lot of fun. It's goofy, silly, and that would be something that I could probably watch anytime. You know, as long as there's not kids around. I don't know. So what is a drink, non-alcoholic, you would suggest anyone try? I'll be right back. I used to drink a shit ton of sugary drinks. You know, I probably the equivalent of like a 2-liter Mountain Dew and a 6-pack of energy drinks like every day. Yeah, I was in my early 20s, in the military. I was working out. I was extremely active, and I'm not a lot of that anymore, and so I've had to ease back on the sugar. In fact, someone commented in one of my other videos, I had like a white monster, and someone commented about me being an emo girl. But yeah, you know, you end up taking on a lot of extra calories while you are just drinking and you're still hungry. A drink that kind of helped me not drink as much sugar is be these Lipton zero sugar green tea citrus. They used to be diet green tea, but they changed the label to zero sugar. I don't know if it changed it. It tastes the same. Now, I hate every diet drink that exists. I'm in the South. We drink a lot of sweet tea. I hate unsweet tea. I hate the taste of, I believe this does have aspartame in it, but I don't know if, like, all of the artificial sweeteners absolutely ruin any sort of soda or usually tea. But I don't know, I guess the green tea or maybe the citrus flavoring, artificial flavor that they added kind of counteracts that weird aftertaste that you get from diet sodas, which a lot of people like anyway, so it's probably just me. But yeah, these are delicious, even though they are zero sugar. But yeah, zero sugar, no caffeine. It's like 5 calories. And I'm not, you know, I don't drink like, usually I don't drink like hot tea or like green tea or anything like that. So this was sort of this is a sweet drink with not many calories and no sugar. So that's the one that works for me. I have introduced several people to it. Some of them love it. They can't believe that it tastes as good as it does for being like a diet drink. And some of them absolutely hate it. So I would suggest anyone try it once and see what you think. Of course, if you're 20 and very active and work out, you don't need to. Keep drinking the Mountain Dews, but be ready toward your later 20s to back off a little bit. What is your perfect lazy day? Again, I'm going to answer this kind of like leaving out like family, get-togethers and stuff like that. So my natural schedule, I am a night owl. I'm actually recording this. It is 1:19 in the morning, right? I wait till everyone goes to bed to record. My perfect schedule would be to go to bed at like 3 in the morning and get up at like 11. And I'm not a morning person, and the morning being like the first hour that I wake up, even if it's not morning anymore or very late in the morning. Oh, the cat has the zoomies. Well, I don't know if she'll do something or not. So then after that would be, the time would be split. Most of it would be on the couch. Some amount of that time would be writing. That is, not only is it something that I would love to be my full-time job, it is one of my favorite things to do, not counting my family. But it would be split, a little bit of writing, a little bit of reading, probably a lot of TV, probably, playing some video games. Most of it would be spent on the couch. Probably, and this is my problem, when I'm too lazy, I eat like a pig. So it would probably actually be, the bulk of that would be laying on the couch eating. But then, doing some of that other stuff. So yeah, that will pretty much wrap these up. I don't know. There's a lot of rambling in there. I don't know if this one turned out well or not, but I'm going to post it anyway. Still here. Right, do all the YouTube stuff. You can check out my Substack, link in the description for horror stories. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Mike, for tagging me. And thank you, Mike, for, really being the community, the head of the community, and shouting everyone out and commenting on everybody's videos and tagging everybody and everything else. So thank you in general, Mike. Thank you guys for watching. That'll wrap this tag up. I'll see you in the next video.